Hello, Kane here again with some more digital painting. I'm working on some things for my comic still, which is still yet to go up online. I'm get it, hoping to get it by the end of this month, and it may not quite pan out, but it's nearly there. Just working on that first page that you saw me mapping out last week, and I've got a few uh, things planned out for my videos in the future. I've got a bit of a series idea that I'm working on that I'm still planning out. So this week and next week, there's probably going to be just very short, quick videos showing what I've been doing, that don't necessarily have a specific point to them, just kind of just showing what I'm doing at the moment, in case anyone's interested. So today I'm going to be showing the process that I've been using for the pages of my comic. So I start out by just mapping out a rough kind of panel layout. I don't really put any text in them. I'm not really one for words in general. I'm not good with words. I just like to concentrate on the art. I feel like I will try drawing them in around sort of some text bubbles like a lot of people do when they're doing comics, just to see if it helps at all. But mainly I just map them out, and then I take the panel size into another Photoshop uh, document, and then I paint it like you saw that large wide one just pop up then. And then I put them all into this template that I've made. So they're on the template's on the top layer, and I could just put things underneath and move them around where I need them, and then draw in other borders to the panels where I need them. So you can see that there've been some changes that have happened since I originally mapped it out, and I've moved around sort of where the panels are in which he puts the bever up and puts the helmet on, just because I thought that it looked a little bit more interesting, and I sort of changed from the sort of awkward helmet putting on pose. It's like looks almost like she's tipping her hat, into like a close-up of using the buckle on the side of the helmet. And as I did that, I realised that I've completely forgotten that first panel. I could have swore I'd done it, but I must have sort of part imagined doing it. I often do that. Or at least I couldn't find it. I may have done it and it's hidden in my computer somewhere. So I'm going to have a quick sketch out of that in a moment, just to again show you my process for how I start these paintings. One of the things I may be doing with it as well is shifting the panel layouts around. When I originally designed this panel, it was before I started doing the template thing, or around the time I started using the template. So I wasn't really thinking about panel border as such. And I think for most images, most of my pages so far, panel border works really well, but I really like the openness of this page where there's no real border, and everything just sort of spreads itself out a bit more. And so I think sometimes it's nice to plan out and do multiple iterations of things and get it right, but also I think sometimes you hit on something that just works, and doing it differently, it just never is never quite as satisfying as the original one that you planned out. So I think I'm going to take it back to that once I've got the first panel painted up. So I start out by selecting the panel that I'm going to be painting, just to get the right shape, and then I open up a new document and add it in there, and I usually enlarge it a bit so I've got a bit more room to work with. And then I just start blocking in all of the tones, really. If I've got a particularly good sketched out drawing, I usually bring that in just so I can use it to work from a little bit. Just refer back to some of the previous images I've done just to see what I'm doing. And yeah, it's just blocking in the shape of the face and the tone, getting the eye sockets in, the nose and the mouth there. So it's really not planned out as such with each painting I do. I just feel my way through it, and I usually work from some sort of reference, maybe not necessarily the exact type of face, just have something in that kind of viewpoint, or using the right lighting, just so I've got something to refer to. This one wasn't really going that well overall in terms of the likeness of the character. I'm not being overly accurate with the likeness of the character, because it's a difficult thing to do, and I'm more just trying to get the gist of it down, the story and all that kind of thing. So I don't worry about it too much, but sometimes it does go a little bit too far off model, I suppose. Not that I have an accurate thing that I'm working to. And this was one of them. The chin is all the wrong shape, the nose looks wrong, something a bit off about where the eyes are placed, and this one was just a little bit too dark overall. So I just carried on with it for a little bit, just to get something that I felt I could work with. And then, rather than doing it all on camera, I kind of spent about half an hour or so just fixing it and cleaning it up, and came back to it, which you should see there. So this is after, actually possibly this was a little bit more than half an hour. I did do some filming, but I haven't put it all in. Still a bit of issue with the nose. The main thing I did with this was I actually brought my original sketch in and enlarged it and flattened it over the top, because I thought the original one had sort of the right placement of features, so it was helping me just to line everything up. I think I need to go a little bit lighter on the tones for this one, and a little bit more contrast perhaps in the face, not so much the nose, but in the cheeks in particular. I need to fix the hair, but I think otherwise it's more or less as it should be. I may work on the mouth a little bit more as well. But yeah, it's just getting just give you guys an idea of what I'm actually doing with this comic at the moment, because I keep mentioning it, and it will, as I said, it will be up probably the end of this month, roughly, maybe early next month. I've got quite a few pages done already, just a few that need text put in them. So once that first page is done, I can start uploading. Anyway, like, comment and subscribe for more, and I will be back with another video Friday.